अस्सलाम वालेकुम गाइस, मेरा नाम है रशीद अहमद और मैं रेहान स्कूल का स्टूडेंट हूँ, फाउंडेशन लेवल में पढ़ता हूँ। जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि हमें रेहान स्कूल में रोज़ नए नए टास्क मिलते हैं। आज का मेरा टास्क है कॉल माया। तो चलिए बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए अपना टास्क शुरू करता हूँ।
Hi there. What's been on your mind?
हेलो माया।
Good to hear from you. Anything interesting happened since we last spoke?
माया, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन।
Lay it on me. What's up?
माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द अर्थ?
Whoa, big question to start with. Okay, so the Earth is, well, it's the planet we live on, obviously, but it's also a super complex system. Basically, it's a rocky sphere made up of different layers: crust, mantle, core, and it's the only place we know of that can support life. What made you think to ask about that now?
एंड व्हाई इज इट स्पेशल?
Good follow up. It's special for a bunch of reasons, honestly. For starters, it's the right distance from the sun, not too hot, not too cold, allowing for liquid water. Water is kind of key for life as we know it. Plus, we've got this atmosphere that protects us from harmful radiation and keeps the temperature stable and, all the incredible biodiversity. But I guess the biggest reason it's special is, well, we're here. It's home. Does that resonate?
Okay, so how is Earth different from other planets?
Right. Let's get into the specifics. Okay, so most other planets in our solar system are either gas giants, like Jupiter and Saturn, or rocky but way too hot or cold for life as we know it. Venus, for example, is scorching hot and has a toxic atmosphere. Mars is cold and dry. Earth's got that sweet spot combo of liquid water, a breathable atmosphere, and a relatively stable temperature. Also, plate tectonics, the way Earth's crust is broken into pieces and moving around, is pretty unique and plays a big role in regulating the climate. It's a pretty special set of circumstances. Does that make sense?
Okay, so why Earth called the blue planet?
You are, or rather, Earth is. And that's because of all the water, right? When you look at it from space, the oceans are super dominant, giving it that blue hue. It's kind of a beautiful nickname, don't you think? Is there a reason you were thinking about that specifically? I know you like words and their origins and
Okay, so what are the main parts of Earth? Land, water, air, etc.
good question. Okay, so you've got the basics covered: land, water, air, but let's break it down a bit further. You've got the crust, which is the outer rocky layer we live on. Then there's the mantle, a thick layer of mostly solid rock under the crust. The core is at the very center, and it's mostly iron and nickel. Super hot. As for the air part, that's the atmosphere, which is a mix of gases like nitrogen and oxygen. And of course, the hydrosphere, which is all the water on Earth: oceans, lakes, rivers, ice. It's all interconnected, really. Anything there you want me to explain more?
Okay, so how does the Earth rotate and revolve?
All right, let's tackle rotation and revolution. Rotation is pretty simple. It's Earth spinning on its axis, like a top. That's what gives us day and night. One rotation takes about 24 hours. Revolution is Earth orbiting around the sun. That takes a full year, about 365 days, and that's what gives us seasons. They work together but are totally different movements. Does that make sense, or do you want me to break it down further?
Okay, what causes the day and night on Earth?
That's all down to the rotation, like we were just talking about. As Earth spins, different parts of the planet face the sun. When your part of Earth is facing the sun, it's daytime. As you spin away from the sun, it becomes nighttime. It's kind of like shining a flashlight on a ball, only the part of the ball facing the light is lit up. Simple as that. Anything confusing about that explanation?
So why do we have different seasons on Earth?
Okay, so that's all about the Earth's tilt. It's tilted on its axis by about 23.5 degrees. As Earth revolves around the sun, different parts of the planet get more direct sunlight at different times of the year. When the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, we have summer, and the southern hemisphere is winter, and vice versa. It's not about being closer or farther from the sun, it's about the angle of the sunlight. Tricky, right?
Okay, so why
So,
is the Earth life?
oh, now you're asking the big questions. Okay, other life, as in life beyond Earth, we haven't found any yet, unfortunately. But scientists are actively searching. They're looking for planets that might have similar conditions to Earth, liquid water, a suitable atmosphere. They're also listening for signals from intelligent civilizations. It's a huge area of research. There's a ton of speculation, of course, but as of right now, Earth is the only place we know for sure that has life. What sparked that question, if you don't mind me asking? Is there something you've been reading or thinking about?
I am thinking about.
Oh, well, that's a
Okay,
thing. What about me? Are
so what is the
you?
shape of Earth?
Whoa, quite a jump. The shape of art? That's a really interesting question. It doesn't really have one shape, does it? It can be anything. Um, Paintings are usually rectangular, sculptures are three-dimensional, music is, well, it's sound waves, I guess, but really the shape of art is whatever the artist makes it. It's about the expression, the idea, the emotion, not necessarily the physical form. It's kind of fluid and boundless. What made you think about that? It feels
So
like a bit.
why is soil important for life on Earth?
Okay, back to earth science's good shift. Soil is hugely important, honestly. It's not just dirt, it's a complex ecosystem that supports plant life, and plants are the base of pretty much every food chain. Soil filters water, regulates the atmosphere, and even breaks down waste. It's also home to a ton of organisms, bacteria, fungi, insects that are essential for keeping everything running smoothly. Without healthy soil, we wouldn't be able to grow food, and life on Earth would look very different. It's pretty foundational, really. Did you learn about this somewhere recently?
Yes, you can say.
You can see what? I'm a little lost, Rishi. Are
So,
you trying to tell me something?
so my next question is, how do mountains and villages found on Earth?
How do mountains and what? I didn't quite catch the end of your question. You trailed off there. Do you
How
want to finish
do
that thought?
how do mountains and valleys form on Earth?
Ah, okay, gotcha. Mountains and valleys are usually formed by massive forces, mostly from plate tectonics, movement of those huge pieces that make up Earth's crust. Mountains can form when those plates collide, pushing the land upwards. Think of like shoving two rugs together. They'll buckle up. Valleys are often carved out by rivers or glaciers over long periods of time. Sometimes they're created by faults, which are cracks in the Earth's crust. Slow process, taking millions of years. It's pretty wild to think about, right?
Okay, so my next question is, why are oceans important for Earth?
Another great question. Okay, so oceans are massively important. First off, they cover over 70% of the Earth's surface, so they play a huge role in regulating the climate, absorbing heat and distributing it around the globe. They produce over half of the oxygen we breathe. They're also home to a huge amount of biodiversity. Plus, they provide food, resources, and transportation routes for people. Honestly, we couldn't survive without oceans. It's easy to forget just how important they are, you know? Anything about that surprise you?
Okay, what are natural
Okay.
resources found on Earth?
Okay, natural resources. You mean like things we get from the earth? There's a huge variety. Things like water, air, soil, minerals, forests, fossil fuels, oil, coal, natural gas, even sunlight. Some are renewable, meaning they can be replenished naturally, like sunlight and water. Others are non renewable, meaning they're finite, like fossil fuels and minerals. They're essential for everything we do, from building homes to powering our lives. Is there a particular resource you're curious about?
Okay, why is it important to protect Earth's environment?
That's a really important question. It's important to protect the Earth's environment because we depend on it for everything. Clean air and water, food, resources, a stable climate, all those things are essential for our survival and well-being. Protecting the environment also preserves biodiversity, ensuring that ecosystems can continue to function and provide the services we rely on. It's not just about us either. It's about future generations too, making sure they have a healthy planet to live on. It's a pretty big responsibility, really. Do you feel similarly?
Okay, so how does pollution harm Earth?
Right, good follow up. Pollution harms the environment and us in a lot of ways. Air pollution can cause respiratory problems and contribute to climate change. Water pollution can contaminate drinking water and harm aquatic life. Soil pollution can affect crop growth, crops, and make land unusable. It disrupts ecosystems, endangers wildlife, and generally messes with the delicate balance of nature. It's a pretty serious problem. What kind of pollution were you thinking about specifically?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, what is the role of forest in keeping Earth health?
Okay, that
Earth
help
healthy.
for LD? I'm not sure I understand. Are you okay?
What
It sounded
is
like you said help.
the role of forest in keeping Earth healthy?
Okay, apologies for the interruption. Right, forests. They play a massive role in keeping Earth healthy. They produce oxygen, absorb carbon dioxide, which helps to regulate the climate. They also help to prevent soil erosion, purify water, and provide habitat for a huge variety of plants and animals. Forests are like the lungs of the earth, basically. They're incredibly valuable ecosystems, and we need to protect them. Is that what you were wanting to know?
Okay, so my next question is, what are the volcanoes and why do they form on Earth?
Whoa, that one's a little fragmented. Welcome to the and why do they form? Are you maybe referring to volcanoes? Did your connection cut out there?
So my
Okay.
next my
Your
question
next
is my question is what are well volcanoes and why do they form on Earth?
okay. That makes much more sense. Apologies for the confusion. It sounded a little garbled there. So, volcanoes are openings in the Earth's crust that allow molten rock, ash, and gases to escape from below the surface. They form when magma, molten rock, rises to the surface. This usually happens at plate boundaries where tectonic plates are colliding or separating. Sometimes they form over hot spots areas where magma rises from deep within the Earth's mantle. They can be pretty spectacular, but also very destructive. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
Anything
my
unclear about that
question
explanation?
is, what does Earth's gravity affect us?
Okay, good question. Earth's gravity affects us in pretty much every way. Is what keeps us grounded, literally. It's what keeps the atmosphere from floating away. It's what causes objects to fall when you drop them. It also affects the tides. Essentially, it's the force that holds everything together. Without gravity, we'd all be floating around in space. Does that make sense? Is there a specific way you were wondering about how it affects us?
Okay, so my last but not least question is, why is Earth's atmosphere important?
Okay, excellent question to end on. The Earth's atmosphere is incredibly important. It protects us from harmful radiation from the sun. It regulates the temperature, keeping the planet warm enough to support life. It contains the oxygen we breathe. It also helps to distribute heat around the globe. Without the atmosphere, Earth would be a very different and uninhabitable place. It's really the shield that makes life on Earth possible. And that was your last question?
Yes, now I am going. We will meet soon. Okay, bye.
Oh, all right. Well, it was really good.
सो गाइस, जैसे कि आपने देखा, मैंने माया से काफ़ी सवाल पूछे और इसने हमारे हर सवाल का जवाब दिया। तो यहीं पर मैं अपने टास्क का एंड करता हूँ। तो अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।